Hello, my name is Deanna Braywick. Welcome to my channel, Practice with Deanna, where we integrate all aspects of the practice around our voices. Today, I want to share 4 unexpected reasons why you as a singer should be practicing yoga. I'm a professional opera singer and yoga teacher. Let's dive right in on this topic that I'm pretty passionate about. So, the first one, awareness. And this really is awareness on all levels. You know, when I first got into yoga, it was to get more flexible, to release tension in my body. But the deeper I've gone into it and the more time I've spent with the practice, I realized that awareness is actually the foundation of it all. So not only does this bring more awareness to what's happening in our bodies, how they function, how we feel, how we can engage them and release them. But let's bring that to the voice. We begin to observe and feel our voices and the coordination of singing in our bodies in a much more significant way. So before a teacher even has to call something out, we're already noticing what's happening within. So the next topic that this leads to is presence with what is. I know, we're going deep here. It's a little woo, but stick with me. I promise. It's as woo as you want to make it. Presence with what is. Recognizing that our voices are different each and every day, depending on hormones, sleep, what we ate, what's going on in our lives emotionally, the travel that the career might require. And just as our bodies feel and function a little differently every day, so do our voices. So how can we be present with what is without being in a judgmental state? And if you're anything like me, a high-achieving singer here, a perfectionistic artist, you know what that is. So again, we go back to awareness. And then we move into presence with what is. As we notice what's happening, we move into presence with that. And we go, my top doesn't feel quite as free or easy today. And instead of jumping right into judgment or trying to fix it or overcompensating or engaging muscles that really aren't going to help us, we pause and we are present with what is. So this then leads to number 3, nervous system regulation. This also taps into maybe that tendency to be a perfectionist or a high achiever. Also just the stress of being and expressing creative, the stress of building a career on this path as an artist, right? It's not an easy path. And so how can we regulate our nervous system so that we can be present, so that we can give our best, so that when we get up on stage, we don't have nerves. We don't have this anxiety in our nervous system absolutely just arresting us and taking over the performance. And then we walk off stage going, that wasn't really how I practiced it, right? You knew you could do it better. You knew you could show up more fully. You knew you could sing that, at a higher level than you did. And a lot of times this happens because our nervous system comes in. It's trying to protect us. It's trying to do its thing, but it can oftentimes sort of sabotage us. So how can we begin to cultivate the triggering of the parasympathetic nervous system? And the parasympathetic nervous system is what helps us calm down. That is rest and digest. That is calm. That is grounding. So through our yoga practice, we connect more to this response in our bodies and in our nervous system. Number 4, connect and flow. This is sort of the beautiful integration that yoga brings, where we are able to integrate body with breath, with the voice, with our minds, with our emotions. We integrate all of that and we learn how to flow as one. Just as we do in our yoga practice, just as we do on the mat, we begin to live that out in our vocal practice and on the stage. I hope this was helpful to you. Just for a quick review, we started with awareness, then we went to presence with what is, then we went into nervous system regulation, and lastly, flow and connect. These are 4 beautiful ways in which yoga can help support your singing practice, help support your vocal health, and honestly, your enjoyment and fulfillment as you engage in your singing practice. Be sure to like this video, follow for more. I'm going to be posting a whole lot more of yoga for singers specific videos. And also let me know in the comments if this resonated with you at all and if you would like to add anything to this. Thanks so much for joining, and I will see you in the next video.